jury deliberates now on the charges faced by the music mogul. My understanding is that 4 of the 5 have been concluded, but they're still wrangling on one last remaining one. So as they continue their deliberations, you could expect a verdict out later today. We've invited Dr Sipho Sithole, who's a scholar, a researcher, a cultural anthropologist, a music producer himself, and who's been watching all of this, no doubt. Firstly, thank you for your time and welcome to 702 Breakfast.
Thank you so much, Bongani.
Just give us a sense more broadly just how spectacular the fall of P. Diddy has been in terms of hip-hop culture, in terms of urban American black culture, and I suppose even globally from people who listen to this kind of music.
It is actually a huge blow to the music industry and the hip-hop followers and just people who just love music and humanity, because what we are hearing and we are learning is quite a shock. Because if you know that P Diddy comes up, or Puff Daddy at that time in the 1990s, when he was just a talent manager at Uptown Records, and leading to him setting up his own label where he signed and introduced us to big acts such as Notorious B.I.G., Lil Wayne and Usher, when he also became his own manager. At this time, just his debut single, Can Nobody Hold Me Down, featuring Mace, topped the Billboard Hot 100 charts in 1997 and spent 6 weeks at number 1. In 2000, it was a game changer for this music industry, because P. Diddy is around at the time when there were big artists just like Jay-Z, Nas, Cameron, Judakis, and 50 Cent battling for dominance in this space. And they were all from New York, whilst in Chicago there was Kanye West, and in Atlanta there were rappers like Outkast, Judakis, and so many others. But he had made his mark at that time.
Yeah.
So it is someone that we can't forget what he had done. And
I mean, he was into not just the music, of course. I mean, it was a cultural phenomenon. He produced television shows. He had a clothing and a fashion label. He even had a fragrance. Everything he touched turned into gold. And yet here we are. He's facing 5 counts, including, of course, sex trafficking, racketeering, conspiracy and transportation to engage in prostitution, among others, and he denies all of them. This trial has seen a number of witnesses, 34 of them in 2 months, including ex-girlfriends, former employees, male escorts. It's painted a very unsavory picture, to put it mildly, of who Sean Combs really is.
Yes, I mean, definitely, and that has had a tremendous impact. If you look at his net worth in just 2022, it was $1 billion. This has just dropped to around 400 million because of this. And as we are saying, this is a person who had a wide range of revenue streams, from music to his clothing label to Ciroc Vodka and others, and that's why maybe the jury is hung on this first charge of racketeering, because that can put him to life in imprisonment.
What's the lesson here for fans, for artists, and I suppose gatekeepers of culture, in terms of who we celebrate and why?
Wow, it is. For fans, let me first say that fans are gullible, because really what they do is they consume music, and that's what they do. But for the artists alike, that has just shown how most of them are beginning to distance themselves from P. Diddy. We've got artists who have asked their songs where they collaborated with P. Diddy to be dropped from the streaming platforms, such as Chance the Rapper, for instance, and Jennifer Hudson, who asked their songs to be taken out. And it's so interesting that the song In Paradise, or something, I think it's called In Paradise, which was Chance the Rapper's song, saying, living in paradise or something. And he's no longer in paradise. And the other one, where you at, was Jennifer Hudson. He's in jail, and that song has been trapped. But in as far as for the fans, I mean, let's just for the gatekeepers of culture, for instance, we are saying let the doors of culture be open to all those who display potential and talent, without being subjected to what we have just learned, particularly as you see, Harvey Weinstein and R. Kelly and others did the same thing.
Dr. Sithole, a verdict might be out later today. Will he walk?
I don't think he's going to walk. I don't think he's going to walk. There is a verdict on 4 counts, of course, whether he's guilty or not guilty. I can't see him walking on all of them. Definitely not. This one, the first one is very serious, and I think that's why it has been an issue. And you've heard about jury number 25 that has not been following the rules, and I think they are really hung up on this particular one. I don't think it's going to work.
We'll keep an eye on that story. Dr. Sipho Sithole, a cultural anthropologist and music producer himself, weighing in on the downfall of P. Diddy, Sean Combs.
Current events, developing stories,
tough questions,
your voice making a difference.
This is Breakfast with Bongani Bingwa.